Hey Raider Nation, it's Joseph here from Zenny62. So as you can see, I'm right here in the hospital in emergency, not to discuss anything but Raider news. So the reason why I'm here is to make a point. Here in California, we had an extraordinary surge in COVID-19 cases that's threatening to shut down the state again. There has been over 3,000 new cases as of yesterday, July 23rd, 2021. And the reason for that is the stubborn and ignorant people who believe the virus will do them more harm than good. Now, in this hospital here, which I'm not that close because I want to keep the privacy of everybody's out there, they re-erected the COVID-19 tents, and including a hospital in Los Angeles at St. Joseph's Hospital in Burbank has reopened one of their critical condition COVID wards, and that's a bad sign. And what does this have to do with the Raiders? I'll tell you what. When the NFL and Rodger Goodell enforced those variant rules, it's for one reason and one reason only. It's a business decision, a business that affects not only the NFL, but this country as a whole. And the reason why they're implementing that is because no one's following the COVID-19 protocols as they should. No one's getting the vaccine, which has caused a severe mutation like the Delta variant, and is spreading like wildfire again across the country. It's something that people don't want to discuss. People are ignorant of the fact that they can pass it on to other people regardless of how healthy they are. And I'm here to tell you that if this continues, this will severely affect the Raiders' future as well as any other team's future. Especially when you're talking about forfeiting games, not able to travel, not having players who seem and feel they're invincible, passing it on to potentially other players, family members. And this variant is a lot more contagious and potentially more deadly than other variants that have been out there. I do understand how uncomfortable these conversations are to have, but as someone who fortunately survived COVID, and I showed you earlier the hospital room that I was in, I didn't know if I was going to come out of that. And it's severe enough where I'm still having lingering effects months later. And when I was gasping for air, not knowing what my future would hold, afraid to go to sleep because I was afraid I wouldn't wake up. And you think about everything in your life flashes you by. I did not know if I was going to leave the hospital. And nobody was able to come to see me, and to die alone in that bed, suffering and gasping for air is not something anybody would want to go through, at the risk of having these ridiculous notions that vaccine is worse than getting this virus.
And circling back to the Raiders, there is very little news or information that's being released by the Raiders of the compliance level, whether or not the team or the players itself have been fully vaccinated. Now, we do know that Gruden made remarks with regards to him as well as his coaching staff, and all the coaches and the staff obviously are been vaccinated, but said nothing when it comes to his players. And then all of a sudden, it was mum's the word. I'm not going to go into that. But to me, that's an indication that they're not being compliant, for the fact that he just admitted that him and his coaches are all vaccinated, but refused to answer the question when it comes to his players. I predict if this continues to be an issue during training camp, you're going to have people, players, staff, personnel released from training camp, cut from training camp because this is bigger than themselves. When we talk about team, there is no I in team. This is not I'm more important. It's all about me. It's about the team. And in this case, it's all about the Raiders and the potential revenue loss, not only to the Raiders, to the city of Las Vegas.
If this continues, this would severely affect the Raiders' future as well as any other team's future. Especially when you're talking about forfeiting games, not able to travel, not having players who seem and feel they're invincible, passing it on to potentially other players, family members. And this variant is a lot more contagious and potentially more deadly than other variants that have been out there. So why do we consistently try to ignore the facts? I don't know. I always find it ironic that the most conservative and right-wing states in our country are so quote-unquote liberal when it comes to health care and providing health and welfare for the community. You know, California always gets knocked that it's a very liberal state, you know, especially in the LA County, very Hollywood, and so forth and so on. But as being as supposedly liberal this state is, we are the most strict when it comes to your health care and the welfare of others. I don't see the correlation as to why some of these red states have this refusal to do the right thing. Keep it here on Zenny62 and don't forget to like and subscribe.